Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to the Thai Expat Daily Show. I'm your host, Kieran Mack, as always, and delighted you've been able to tune in with us yet again for another show. Now, before we do get started, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. If you like listening to us on a podcast player, link down below in the description. That will take you to a website where a vast array of podcast players hosting the Thai Expat Daily Show can be found. And finally, if you like the show, if you want to support us here on the Thai Expat Daily Show, you can simply become a channel member. All the details are down below in the description, but it's really as simple as hitting join. So now that's all done and dusted. Let's jump into the trending stories here in Thailand today. The growing menace of sexual harassment on social media is taking a heavy toll on children and young people, warns Thailand National Economic and Social Development Council. Now, according to the council, victims of this type of harassment are vulnerable to serious social, emotional, and mental health issues, including heightened risk of anxiety and depression. Now, ECPAT International, a UNICEF-affiliated organization, has identified Thailand as one of 25 countries with particularly alarming rates of online sexual harassment targeting children and youth. Data from the Royal Thai Police reveal a sharp rise in child sexual abuse cases, with reported incidents soaring from 48 in 2017 to 540 last year. Now, the council categorizes online sexual harassment into three levels. Low-level harassment involves perpetrators making sexual suggestive remarks about young girls, often in the form of non-specific comments. We have moderate level of harassment consists of repeated behaviors intended to cause emotional harm to victims. And finally, high level harassment includes violent and coercive actions, such as grooming children into relationships that ultimately lead to forced sexual activities. The growing prevalence of such abuse online has raised serious concerns, calling for urgent action to protect vulnerable young people. Now, Pattaya police raided a nightclub on Saturday night, arresting a Canadian DJ working illegally and a British man carrying a sword. The raid took place at 10:39 p.m. in Bandobar, a club located on Soi 6 in South Pattaya. Inside, authorities found around 50 Thai and foreign patrons drinking alcohol, smoking cannabis, and dancing. The Canadian DJ, a 41-year-old identified only as David, was taken into custody for working without a work permit. During the raid, a 23-year-old British man identified as Zico attempted to flee the scene. Police chased him down and apprehended him about 800 meters from the club, where he was found hiding among banana trees and carrying a sword. Although a sign in the venue explicitly prohibited cannabis smoking, police discovered a significant quantity of marijuana joints inside the club. Ratchabophit Temple in Bangkok, where Thailand's Supreme Patriarch resides, has issued a formal announcement banning the use of its premises for pre-wedding and wedding photo shoots, among other non-religious activities. The decision comes as the temple recently gained popularity on social media among brides, grooms, and wedding studios. There are misunderstandings circulating on social media. As approved by the abbot, the temple wishes to clarify that it only permits Buddhism-related religious rites, the temple statement emphasized. The temple does not allow wedding ceremonies, marriage registrations, or engagement proposal events to take place on its grounds, with the sole exception being merit-making events related to weddings. Furthermore, the temple explicitly prohibits any inappropriate behavior, such as climbing on its statues or buildings. The statement also warned that any claims contrary to these rules are inaccurate and misleading. Additionally, the temple has barred all photo and video shoots, as well as commercial events. Should these activities persist, the temple may seek assistance from law enforcement. Several photo studios had previously advertised the temple as a location for wedding photos on their social media pages, featuring images of couples in bridal attire. The announcement quickly went viral, sparking widespread support for the temple's decision, with many arguing that such activities were disrespectful. One Facebook user commented alongside the statement, "I'm happy to be the last to have had a pre-wedding shoot at the temple, as this practice will no longer be allowed." The Interior Ministry has released updated guidelines for the highly anticipated Destination Thailand visa and the extension of visa-exempt stays from 30 to 60 days. The DTV, seen as a groundbreaking initiative, allows remote workers to reside in Thailand without the need for a work permit, provided they are employed by companies or contractors based overseas. However, the ministry has clarified that this work must not impinge in any way on the Thai economy, a broad and somewhat ambiguous restriction. For the majority of tourists entering Thailand on visa-exempt basis, the extension to 60 days comes with certain caveats. Initially, the Tourism Authority of Thailand stated that the ad hoc or urgent work could be conducted for up to 15 days, as long as the Department of Labour was notified. Examples included attending conferences, meetings, and unexpectedly tasks like repairing machinery, auditing accounts, or inspecting products. The Interior Ministry now asserts that while attending occasional meetings is still permitted, more significant tasks will require a temporary work permit. Tourists can obtain 2 such permits, each valid for up to 15 days. In response to concerns about the ambiguity of these guidelines, the ministry assured that more detailed rulings would be provided in due course. This reflects the recent 10 priorities outlined by the Pattaya government for the upcoming year, which include a comprehensive overhaul of visa processing. Now, this projected overhaul is expected to bring significant changes. Government spokespeople have hinted that various types of non-immigrant visas, such as those for medical tourism, family visits, and even film production in Thailand, might eventually be consolidated under the DTV. The rules for retirees, particularly those under the OA and O visa extension, are also under review. Another pending change is the introduction of the ETA, or the Electronic Travel Authorization, which will require all visa-exempt travelers to obtain permission prior to their journey starting next year. This system is expected to merge with the existing visa database, allowing authorities to cross-check for past criminal convictions, deportations from Thailand, or Interpol warrants, ensuring a more streamlined and secure process. As the visa system undergoes these changes, the role of the Immigration Bureau in implementing these policies is crucial. Now, despite involvement of several agencies such as the Tourism Authority of Thailand, the Board of Investment, and the Department of Labour, the Immigration Bureau, which oversees visa enforcement at airports and borders, has so far remained silent on the specifics of these new developments. And finally, police from Tonglor Police Station arrested 2 Iranian nationals, Mr. Mohammed, 29 years of age, and Miss Ali, 41, outside a condominium in Bangkok's Yanawat sub-district, Satorn. The pair were suspected of stealing from a Chinese tourist in the bustling Sukhumvit area. Now, according to the investigation, the suspects approached Chinese tourists standing outside a hotel on Sukhumvit Soi 20, engaging them in a conversation about currency exchange. They asked to see the tourist's cash, and after returning it, the victims discovered 10,000 baht missing. The tourists quickly filed a report with the Tonglor police. Further investigation revealed that the Iranian duo had committed a similar theft near a Sok intersection, targeting another unsuspecting victim before fleeing. Thanks to CCTV footage, police were able to trace the suspect's movement back to their condominium, where they were arrested while preparing to flee to Iran. Although both suspects denied the allegations, the police uncovered evidence showing a history of similar thefts, leading to their arrests. They were charged under Section 334 of the Criminal Code for theft, which carries a maximum penalty of 3 years in prison and a fine of up to 60,000 baht. Now, in addition to their prosecution, the incident will be added to their criminal record, which will likely prevent them from returning to Thailand in the near future.